Nations are turning and hearts are burning for the man of grace and truth. Nothing can stop him. There are no limits to what our God can do. Nations are turning and hearts are burning for the man of grace and truth. Nothing can stop him. There are no limits to what our God can do. This thing is turning around, and I see the kingdom coming down on earth right here, right now. Our God is moving. The broken-hearted, healed and mended, sons and daughters are restored. We are the image of the Father, a ray of light breaking forth. The broken-hearted, healed and mended, sons and daughters are restored. We are the image of the Father, a ray of light breaking forth. This thing's turning around, and I see the kingdom coming down on earth right here, right now. Our God is moving. Our God is moving. This thing is turning around, and I see the kingdom coming down on earth right here, right now. Our God is moving. Our God is moving. Your light overtakes the darkness. Your love is breaking through. Kings and the kingdoms all bow down to you. Zion's gates are open. New Jerusalem, city of our God, is finally coming down. Your light overtakes the darkness. Your love is breaking through. Kings and the kingdoms all bow down to you. Zion's gates are open. New Jerusalem, city of our God, is finally coming down. Your light overtakes the darkness. Your love is breaking through. Kings and the kingdoms all bow down to you. Zion's gates are open. New Jerusalem, city of our God, is finally coming down. This thing's turning around, and I see the kingdom coming down on earth right here, right now. Our God is moving. Nations are turning and hearts are burning for the man of grace and truth. Nothing can stop him. There are no limits to what our God can do. Nations are turning and hearts are burning for the man of grace and truth. Nothing can stop him. There are no limits to what our God can do. This thing is turning around, and I see the kingdom coming down on earth right here, right now. Our God is moving. Broken-hearted, healed and mended, sons and daughters are restored. We are the image of the Father, a ray of light breaking forth. The broken-hearted, healed and mended, sons and daughters are restored. We are the image of the Father, a ray of light breaking forth. This thing's turning around, and I see the kingdom coming down. Takes the darkness, your love is breaking through. Kings and the kingdoms all bow down to you. Zion's gates are open, New Jerusalem, city of our God is finally coming down. Your light overtakes the darkness, your love is breaking through. Kings and the kingdoms all bow down to you. Zion's gates are open, New Jerusalem, city of our God is finally coming down. Your light overtakes the darkness, your love is breaking through. Kings and the kingdoms all bow down to you. Zion's gates are open, New Jerusalem, city of our God is finally coming down. This thing's turning around, and I see the King turning and hearts are burning for the man of grace and truth. Nothing can stop him. There are no limits to what our God can do. Nations are turning and hearts are burning for the man of grace and truth. Nothing can stop him. There are no limits to what our God can do. This thing is turning around, and I see the kingdom coming down.
I see heaven invading this place, and I see angels praising your holy name, and I sing praises, I give you honor, worthy Jesus, and I see glory falling in this place. angels be released. Let heaven come. We worship at your feet. Let heaven come. Face to face we wanna meet. Let heaven come. Let your presence fill this place. Oh, let heaven come. Let your angels be released. Let heaven come. We worship at your feet. Let heaven come. Face to face we wanna meet. Let heaven come. Let your presence fill this place. Let heaven come. Let your angels be released. Let heaven come. We worship at your feet. Let heaven come. Face to face. Let heaven come. Let your presence fill this place. Let heaven come. Let your angels be released. Oh, let heaven come. Yes, we worship at your feet. Let heaven come. Face to face we wanna meet. Let heaven come. We give you praise, all of the honor. You are God, the one we live for. We give you praise, all of the glory. Oh, we give you praise, all of the honor. You are God, the one we live for. We give you praise, all of the glory, all of the glory, all of the
come worship at your feet. Now I've chosen the one thing, and it won't be taken from me. Help me choose the one thing, Jesus. Help me choose the one thing, Jesus. You are worth it. You are worth it all. Help me choose the one thing, Jesus. Help me choose the one thing. You are worth it all. We worship you. We worship you. Come on, let incense rise tonight out of your heart. Come on, he's very present in this moment. I think there's a grace to become very aware of his presence in this moment. So if that takes you closing your eyes or whatever you need to do, let's just focus on him. He is here tonight. We put our attention, we put our focus, we put our affection upon you, Jesus. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Let your worry fade away. Let the busyness of your mind drift away. He is here. He is here. Yeah. Away with religion, away with the chores, away with the chores. Oh, I hear the Lord say, Martha, Martha, just get in here and sit down with me. Put those dishes down and get in here and sit down with me. Put that works-based way of thinking down and just get in here and sit with me. Come and sit down with me. Come and be with me. Come and be with me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on, there's grace to do that right here in this moment. Let's just do that together. Yeah. We choose your feet. We choose your voice. We choose your face. Oh, yes we do, yes we do, yes we do. We choose you. We choose you. Oh,
too much. You can let go of your mind. You can let go. Yeah. You can let go of your mind. You're thinking too much. You can let go of your mind. You're thinking too much. You can let go. You can let go. Yes, you can let go of your mind. You can let go of your mind. You're thinking too much. You can let go of your mind. Yeah, you can let go of your mind. You're thinking too much. Just let it go. Ooh, let it go. All of those thoughts that bring you down, down, down. All of those thoughts that bring you down, down, down. Let it go. Oh, you can let go of your mind. Let it go. Yes, you can let go of your mind. You're thinking too much. 'Cause I speak straight to the heart. Ooh, so you can let go. You can let go. Ooh, yeah, you can let go of your mind. You can let go of those thoughts that bring you down, down, down. Ooh, you can let go now. You can let go now. It's only bringing you down.
Father say, if you let go, I'll take over, and it'll be alright. It'll be alright. If you let go, I'll take over. If you let go, I'll take over. Just let go and I'll take over. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Yeah, the Father say it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. All is well with you. All is well with you, my child. Hear him say that. All is well with you. Yes, it is. All is well. If you let go, I'll take over. If you let go, I'll take over. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you let go, I'll take over. And it'll be alright. It'll be alright. Oh, if you let go, I'll take over. If you let go, I'll take over. Yes, I will. Oh, if you let go, I'll take over. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.
We're going to hang right in here for a while. If I let him take over, it's going to be all right. That's that hinge point. Can I let him take over? I want to speak into that at a number of levels, and I think we're going to, you guys up here, I think we're going to dive in a little deeper because it's coming in layers. That Martha Mary thing is just so big, so big. It's probably the most important scripture life text to me. That thing's been rumbling around in my spirit for months. I mean, years, but months recently. I want to give you 3 coat hangers right here to hang your worship on, okay? And to hang this letting go of thoughts. Okay, let's just start with the easiest. Martha, Jesus gave Martha 3 rebukes, and I believe the 3 rebukes were at 3 different levels. Now, this is not academic. This is very, very important in terms of us moving into a place of Him taking completely over our thoughts at every level. I want you to be able to go home tonight really free. Really free. Free, let me go ahead and prophesy. Free of thoughts you're not even aware of as I'm speaking. But before we get out of here, one way or another, you're going to have a revelation of some stuff that needs to be taken care of. And it's His goodness and His grace. And man, I feel the Holy Ghost all over me just saying that. Can you dive in with me, though? Paige, earlier, one of you guys mentioned we got a choice here, to worship. We got a choice to dive in. And I believe the worship is really engaging us tonight at the level of our thoughts. But look at me. thoughts here, thoughts here, thoughts here, and thoughts even beyond that. Let's start with the easiest level. When he first started talking to Martha, he said, Martha, you're distracted by much service. He spoke to her at the level of her distraction. Everybody identify with that? You know, the stuff today that's just kind of been all over the map with you, right? Stuff to do, your to-do list. Probably some of you, even since you've been in here, your mind's gone, oh, when I get home tonight, I need to, or tomorrow I need to, or yesterday I should have. And it's hard to engage. But I feel a great freedom already at the easiest level to begin to let go of the to-do list, the urgent stuff that's all around you. That's real important. But I feel a real wind in here tonight to just begin to come after that. You with me? At the level of just distraction. Some of us right now have been distracted from the one thing that's vital, the one thing that's necessary, the one thing that we have to choose. There's an opportunity tonight to step in and go, I'm gonna deal with my life's distractions. Distractions are the things that simply pull you around. My grandkids love to have these. We've got several toys at our house. Like one's a telephone on wheels, and it has a string to it. And Millie Kate particularly loves just to take that thing, and it just goes click, 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 and rings actually when you pull it around. That's a distraction. Some of you are distracted tonight. Just some stuff pulling you around. But I want you to begin to exercise your faith and begin to let that thing go right now, okay? Let's just start at the easiest level. Let's just bring your mind back here. How many times in devotion do you have to kind of go, there I go, there I go? That's usually centered right here. Just getting your head in the game. Getting your head in the game. You with me? Yeah. You can win the battle in your mind. There's grace here tonight. There's already enough of the energy of perfect love in this room. That's an easy one. That's why there's not a whole lot of engagement right now. I think we're okay with that. We good? You want to go a little deeper? You want to go a little deeper? All right, then Paige began to invite us in the level of the heart. And Jesus, after he said, Martha, you're distracted of many things, he said, you're also worried. And that gets a little deeper. Because that word worry, not only does it talk about the stuff that pulls you around, it's the stuff, now hear me, you're going to feel a ping on this. The stuff that's pulling you apart. Creating inner division, inner tears, inner pullings. You feel some of that? Worries. That can go here, that can get to the level, but it goes into the deeper mind. We're not talking about a to-do list. We're talking about that stuff that can jerk you out of here to where you can't get back in the flow. I'm here tonight to tell you something. We are going into a place in Him that is free from worry. From all worry. I believe that. I want some of you right now to join with me with enough faith to go, yeah, that's happening to me. That's happening because there are some folks in this room tonight that are not free from worry, right? I'm not here to condemn you. I'm here to help set you free because I believe when you went in this direction, there's an opportunity to engage the Lord in a way that's going to set us free from some life distractions, but also some worries that some of us have been messing around with our whole lives. Can you name the thing that tends to derail you? I don't mean to mess you up right now, but I'd rather mess you up now and get it up to the surface so that can be dealt with. The stuff that pulls you apart, the stuff that's draining your energy. Some of you are tired and worn out at the end of the day, not because you're too busy, because you got subconscious heart energy that's fractured. And it's dissipating your energy. You with me? So what am I inviting you to do tonight? I'm inviting you to get that thing out in that open hand and begin to say, in this atmosphere, I want to begin to get that thing pulled up and pulled out of me. And I believe tonight, if you can engage afresh, there will be a new freedom to pull that thing completely out of the ground. Yesterday afternoon, I was weed eating with my wife on a fence line that we've not touched in about 2 years. And there were some weeds that have been in the ground for a couple of years. And when I went up to them, I went, these boogers are going to be tough to pull up. But guess what? They really weren't. They really weren't. And I see some stuff getting uprooted. I see some stuff getting uprooted. There you go. Come on, start engaging on that. Can you see that with me? I'm seeing it for you. Can you engage my faith? Can you let my faith in? Come on, I'm not seeing one worry in this room that's too big for me tonight. I feel this. Not one. Some of you're carrying health issues around, health worries. Come on. I feel an energy, I feel a frequency, I feel a vibration inside of me that wants to get around that and help pull it up. Some of you are engaging with me. Come on. Because there's some folks in here tonight that you're stuck and pulling, and there's an argument inside of some of you where you're going, well, I tried pulling it up. Well, guess what? You've got some help tonight. I felt earlier tonight that these meetings are necessary. You know why? Because there's some things you're not going to be able to get rid of by yourself. You needed to hear the sound that came out of these guys a while ago that began to set us up for some stuff being pulled up. Hear me. I hear some things getting pulled up tonight. I do that. I feel that. I feel some agreement. You feel those entangling weeds? There was some stuff already going around the fence post. But it's coming up. It's coming up. Come on, engage with me. I feel that. Stuff that's been dividing you, pulling you apart, tearing you up on the inside. By live stream. We're getting reports all the time by live stream about stuff that's going on. So I don't want to forget right now, some of you are tuning in at the right time tonight for this to be a word directly into your life. This is what he's doing right now. I don't want anybody in this room to be discouraged by some stuff that's been tenacious. Some stuff where I can hear some of you whispering, I guess I'm just going to have to live with that. I don't think so. I really don't think so. If you'd like to have a conversation with me about that, I'll be glad to engage with you real quickly after the thing. And I said, what about, no. If it doesn't line up with his heart and with his intention, I go, no. You feel that? Engage with me. Because we're worshiping, but I feel like something's going to get stirred up and there's going to be a sound that's going to come after that. That's only the second area. Now we're dealing with stuff down here. Okay? But there's a third area Jesus spoke to Martha about. He talked about distraction. He talked about worry. But there's another word that gets in it. He says, Martha, you're troubled. You're troubled. And if you play with that word, it can go in a lot of different directions. But the thing that means the most to me is that Jesus is really addressing a level of internal noise. Martha's hearing voices. I'm not talking about she's crazy. But she's listening to some stuff. There's a lot of noise on the inside that's keeping her from being dialed in. Some of us in this room tonight, I'm telling you, we've been living in a level of internal noise. And I'm here tonight to believe that when you called us into a singleness of the one thing that is needed and necessary, that there's an opportunity to begin to deal with that inner clamor where it's loud and you can't get your focus. You with me? I feel that tonight. I feel that. Just as much as I can feel that wind blowing across here. I feel that now. Just receive that. I want you, this is so important because I don't want you to go home tonight feeling like you've got to do this by the strength of your bootstraps, because that won't work. But there's energy tonight in the frequency of this worship that if you allow yourself to open up, let go of your mind, let go of the thoughts of your mind that controlled you even up to the point at which I'm speaking to you. I can feel it. I can see it on some of your faces. It's okay. All righty? Let me go to beyond the text, to the deepest level. There's some binding in this pavilion tonight that goes beyond what you are aware of here and even here. And hear me loud and clear. And it's manifesting in your body. As tension. I'm talking about headaches. I'm talking about neck, shoulder tension. I'm talking about gastrointestinal issues. Man, keep going on that, Tyler. I feel something on that. But where there's tension and pressure and constriction, I felt an unusual tightness in my throat earlier. And it's not a disease that I'm picking up on, although it may be. I'm just feeling tension. Some of you are carrying. I feel it in your esophageal tract. Just historical tension right through here. Underneath that tension is an issue. Rooted in fear and anxiety that you would, your mind right now is going, well, that's not me. Come on. I don't want to argue with this. This is the most superficial part of you. And Paige has already invited us to let that go. Your body is talking to you tonight. Now just invite the energy of perfect love to come into places right now. I almost want to say, raise your hand if you got any tension, physical, whatever pressure. But I think every hand in the room would go up to one degree or another. I'm not talking about being in excruciating pain where you can't sit still. I'm just talking about being knotted up. Where if I reached over and touched you on the belly, you'd go, oh, because you carry tension in your abdomen. Believe you, I did that for 20, 25 years. You could not touch my abdomen. I thought it was just because I was ticklish. No, I carried tension. He's coming for that. He's coming for thoughts that are in your body. Now, you can either think I'm crazy or you can get in agreement with this and begin to get free. Some of you, you know what you're manifesting? You're just plumb tired. It's a fatigue. Yeah, you might be working too much. You might be too busy. But you're carrying a contradictory frequency that's robbing you of vitality and vital strength. And freedom from that is locked up inside of this worship set here tonight. So as y'all continue to dial in with me, I believe we're going to get some content. Whatever you need to do, engage. I think that's enough content right now. We'll come back in here in a few minutes, but I want you to engage. Engage with your body. I feel that tension in your throat. Engage your body at every level. Start with the distractions. Move down into the worries, the noise. But I want you to engage kinesthetically tonight. I want you to engage somatically. Listen to your body. Maybe your body's crying out to worship tonight. Just follow that sound. If there is grace for diagnosis tonight, there is grace for healing. Some of you won't get a diagnosis tonight, but if you just receive the energy that's coming into this room, I believe there's grace for healing. In fact, I believe, let me put it this way. I believe there's also the grace that if you step into this, there's the grace to begin a healing process. I believe some of you are going to get instant kind of results. But I also believe some of you, it will be required of you to walk a process, because the physical issue is a manifestation of a deeper thought issue that he's wanting to bring into alignment. I feel like he's coming after patterns in some of you of defensiveness. An argumentative, defensive spirit. It's just real hard for some of you to receive a new thought because you're too doggone argumentative. I don't know who that's for, but I feel that and see that clear as a bell. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say what I'm seeing. Some of you simply know too much. And because you think you know too much, you have a tendency to do this. That's pride, it's arrogance, and it's costing you wholeness. It's pride, it's arrogance, and it's costing you wholeness. Argumentative, defensive. Feel your body when you're doing that. Feel the tension behind that. There is an utterly offensive smell in the air tonight. I don't know what that's up, but I'm ready to get that out, aren't you? What if this stuff has an aroma? Yeah, come on. That's enough to make everybody mask up, isn't it, right now? Yeah, I'll wear one to get that smell out of my lungs. Come on, just receive even beyond that. That may be symptomatic of what you've been breathing in without even knowing it, and the Holy Spirit's ratcheting it up to say, you see what that smells like? That's the toxic effect of this stuff on your system. Come on, lift up your hands just for a moment. I want you to engage with your body. Maybe you feel free to do whatever you need to do. Stand up if you need to. Move around if you need to. Move from the front to the back or the back to the front. Let's go after this thing a little bit more.
good like medicine, and joy is my strength. Joy is my strength. A merry heart does good like medicine, and joy is my strength. Joy is my strength. A merry heart does good like a medicine. Joy is my strength. Joy is my strength. Oh, a merry heart does good like medicine. Joy is my strength. Joy is my strength. Come on, let's sing that. Say a merry heart does good like medicine. And joy is my strength. Joy is mine. Come on, tell your body. A merry heart, oh, a merry heart does good like medicine. And joy is my strength. Joy is mine. Come on, I feel this changing something. Hey, a merry heart does good like medicine. And joy is my strength. Joy is my strength. A merry heart does good like medicine. And joy is my strength. Joy is my strength. Merry heart said, a merry heart does good like a medicine. And joy is my strength. Joy is my strength. Yes, it is. Ah, yes, it is. The joy of the Lord. The joy of the Lord. The joy of the Lord. Come in and take over joy. 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 Take over joy. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. One more time, sing it out. Say, a merry heart does good like a medicine. And joy is my strength. Joy is my strength. Oh, merry heart does good like medicine. And joy is my strength. Joy is my strength. One more time, say, merry heart that's good like medicine. Joy is my strength. Joy is my strength. So let joy come in and take over. Give him all your sorrow and let joy come in and take over. A garment of praise for heaviness, beauty for ashes, and joy for mourning. Joy for mourning. Joy for mourning. Joy for mourning. Joy, joy, joy. Oh, joy, joy, joy. Oh, joy, joy, joy. prophesy that joy comes in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. Evening and morning were the very first day. And a new day may start when it's at the darkest time. Come on, darkness may be surrounding you tonight, but I prophesy into that situation that a new day has dawned upon you. Come on, you got to be open to that. Come on, if that's for you, I want you to lift your hands up. I say a new day is dawning in your life and in your situation, in your health, in your emotions, in your thinking, in the deepest parts of who you are. A new day is dawning. We declare that joy comes in the morning. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
Just keep playing, Tyler. I want you to open your hands and I want you to receive the frequency of joy. The reception of that frequency is on you. That frequency is always here. Matt just kind of nudged it a little deeper to make it a little easier to receive. I feel that. So just say, okay, I'm letting that come in. Stay right there. Let the frequency come in, and it may not manifest till tomorrow morning. Okay, you good with that? It may manifest right now. It may manifest on the way home. I feel that frequency in me being released. Can you receive that? Not just from me, it's from every one of these guys. Yes, yes. Just keep receiving that. Just stay open. We're not going to get too far away from that the rest of this evening. I want you to change the way you think about how healing and wholeness comes. Probably it's not going to come through an hour and a half teaching that hits you right here. But maybe it will come through a sound. We've been here many times before. It will come through a sound and an invitation to receive joy. Do you know joy is one of the most elevated states you can access? There is healing energy in joy. You cannot not experience joy and not receive healing. They go hand in hand. So open up to joy. I'll confess that's an area historically, prior to the past moves of the Holy Spirit, I've been deficient in. I didn't naturally traffic in joy. I tended to be heavy and intellectual and cerebral and sorely lacking in the ability to laugh and to let laughter come up out of my belly. I feel it tonight. I feel that. I feel the accessibility of that. I believe some of you will go home and go to sleep and you will strangely wake up in the middle of the night laughing. And I want to hear that report. That's happened to me. Has it happened to you before? Just waking up laughing or effervescing. Come on, I feel effervescence in me, so I just release effervescence. You may go, well, what's effervescence? Don't worry about it. Just receive it. I'm safe, okay? I'm real safe. Receive effervescence. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Oh, Paige, don't make me laugh. Come on now. It may be dark for you. In fact, let me help you out a little bit. Jesus experienced the peace of sleeping in the back of the boat in the worst storm imaginable. And it was at night. So can you. Just open your hands up, open your arms up, open your heart up, open your mind up at every level. I want this to be so easy. In fact, I just see cobwebs coming out of your brain right now because that's where the gum up is. Our brain goes, well, it's got to be harder. It's got to be more to it than that. It's not, though. Amen? Just receive. I don't want to get away from this joy. I believe there is an accessibility of that frequency right now. It's always accessible, but I believe there's an openness in the room to go, yeah, I'm going to receive that. Even if you feel heavy, even if you feel like I'm not getting this, don't let that mind control the ability to receive. I believe with Matt Putman that come the morning, tomorrow morning, Monday, Tuesday, just stay open, stay receptive. I see some of you right now, if you'll do this, it'll make a difference. Just receive the joy IV bag. Just get hooked up and say, I'm taking this thing home. When I was doing chemotherapy 14 years ago, I used to walk around with that chemo stuff like this and go all over the place with it. But something more powerful and energetic than chemotherapy is here tonight. And I want you to receive that. Have the humility to go, I'll take a hookup. I'll take the drug. Give it to me. Yes, come on. There you go. Let it go right in. Let it go right in. I feel faith for that, and I feel a real, and it's easy. Again, this doesn't have to be thought out. There are not 25 steps to joy. The day that sermon comes, you need to cut it off because that's making it way too complicated. Yeah, just the cadence of this song, the rhythm of this song makes it real easy. Makes it real easy to receive. You good? Get that IV hooked up. I don't want you to get away from this. It's not idle. In all seriousness, I want you to practice joy. I want you to practice receiving joy. It is an inescapable fruit of the Holy Spirit. It's an inescapable effervescence of love. I feel it tonight. I just feel it. I feel real content just to kind of smile at you and just go, come on. Let that go in. Let it go in. Let that IV go into the tense places in your body. Let that, see it. Come on. We've done this before on Saturday night. See it. See it. Can you see it? There it goes, going right to that tension, going right to that tight spot, that constricted place, that choked out place. Kaylee, I see that you are great with child, and it makes me want to speak to anybody in the room who may be pregnant, that this reception of joy will cover the next generation. That those who are in the womb developing are receiving this frequency. I believe tonight that a generational curse of depression that's been running in some families in here can be broken. Or anxiety. Let's just add that one in too. For children yet to be born, yet to be conceived. We're creating generational legacy out here in the pavilion tonight. Can you receive that? My son naturally does not traffic in the heaviness that his father trafficked in. He knows how to break my state when I get in a heavy place. He'll just come up and start tickling me. And you know what he really loves to do? He loves to put a sloppy, wet kiss all over me at 30 years old. And that will break a state in a hurry. That'll break heaviness in a hurry. Come on, just receive. Become a child just for a moment. Come on, I know it's hard for some of you to do that, but if I can do it, you can do it. Just let that childlike spirit rise up in you. This is how we're going to win this thing, y'all. This is how we're going to win it. Receive that, Kaylee. Receive that. Things that you've struggled with or in the family tree, not there. Not there. Yeah. Let that erode any, there you go. See, there it is, right there. Let it erode any tension around that. See how this stuff will pop up? That's good. That's the grace of the Lord. Let any tension, fear, anxiety, any negative movies that may be playing, that this frequency comes in, Kaylee, and you're receiving it, and it's being broken right now. Being broken. That's good. I'm glad we caught that. Start taking what you've received and by faith project it to somebody else that you think needs exactly what's being transmitted here tonight. Yeah. More and more, these meetings are becoming about wholeness and dealing with the things that either inhibit wholeness or downloading the things that make for wholeness. And I believe that's very, 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 very important right now in terms of where is our family, in the scheme of the progression of what God's doing. And I think that's a huge piece. So that's why, and I think in these meetings that there hasn't been a lot of extensive teaching. One thing, guys, we're all sitting on a tremendous foundation of apostolic teaching that if we simply go back and just dig into that a little more, you got enough to keep you busy for quite a few years. And it's interesting, I was telling some of the guys earlier that every time I have facilitated a meeting since Damon stepped aside, I've come into these meetings with extensive notes, and not once do I get to those notes. And it's just like the Lord said, that's not what I'm doing right now. And so I want you to jump in here and realize this little seeming pause we're in is very, very important. In fact, go ahead and sit down. I'm going to speak about that a minute or two, and then we'll go to making a couple of real important announcements. I want to give you an update on Damon, and Jordan wants to come up and talk about some giving stuff through DTM, and then we'll go from there. Lyndon whispered to me earlier tonight that he felt like this particular time we're in is similar to previous moments we've been in, which you remember Damon talking about coming out of misidentification? This is way back there. I mean, way back in the early days of Beloved Identity, of how you have to come out of misidentification. Let's see if you're good, how much you've retained. What's the next step of coming out of misidentification? If it's misidentification, then you fall into nothing, no identification. That's the hardest place. Because at that point, the old wineskins are getting completely torn apart. And that's a bail point for a lot of people. I can't handle this. There's and then you're in no identification. Then over here, what's the next place? Re-identification or authentic identification. That's the way you put it a while ago, Lyndon, and I thought that was very, very, very good. So we seem to be, and I think we've been here a long time, but I mean, you can almost go back 18 months. But we keep trying to get out of something, to get into something, and it's like everything around us is shifting us back into a, no. There is stuff that I'm wanting to do right now that I can only do in this spot. And so I believe that's part of what's going on in these meetings. So I don't want you to feel like it's a pause button. Okay? I think it would be a dishonor to Damon and the process he's going through, and a dishonor to Yahweh to think this is just a pause. Okay, we're taking a time out and we're kind of looking at our clocks, thinking about, well, when's D coming back? When that? You need to let that go. Can I say that? We've got to let go of that pressure you may be putting on God's timetable and his agenda to bring about a work in us as a family and in you individually. I want you to trust the process and trust it again and again and again, that ultimately, I have absolutely no doubt, when we get through whatever we're in the middle of, and it depends on where you want to go back to when it started. For me, it started 18 months ago. I can date it almost like on March the 14th or 13th, right around in there, of 2020, when we had our last Carolina revival meeting and this pandemic hit and we got sent home. Ever since then, we're in that transition of wineskins being torn apart and new wineskins not yet being revealed. And I want you to be real careful of any internal thought process that puts pressure on kind of like this. Well, dadgummit, what's going on? Why aren't we over here? Where's he at? What? And I don't know that that's happening. At times I can feel that. But in order to be faithful to what he wants to do in you, you've got to really embrace the tension of the old coming apart. And not think, well, I've been here 7 years. I'm done with that. No, you're not. No, I'm not. No, we're not. In fact, be flexible from here on out, because the wineskin's going to constantly be tweaked and adjusted. And I'm talking primarily about the wineskin of your heart. That's the thing he's after. That's what's really important. So this, to me, becomes a real critical time at every level of your thought process to say, Lord, what are you trying to undo in me? And I got into that thing earlier tonight about not being defensive and not being argumentative. That's huge. Some of us right now, God is trying to speak through your wife, but you're too argumentative and defensive to hear it, or vice versa. Maybe through your child. Maybe through you not getting your way. Whatever, lean into that. Lean into where you are and the pinch points around all of that. This is real important. Lyndon used the phrase, about misidentification. The word that keeps rumbling around in my spirit, and it's a word I've mentioned here in the pavilion, is we're in a time of reconfiguring. I mean, it's happening culturally. It's happening politically. I could camp out for a long time tonight on some tension points culturally. That if we don't get cultural resolution, we're going to be in for a tough time. And the political landscape as we know it now is absolutely inadequate to bring about a solution. I don't care if you lean left or right. And if you're looking in that direction for any kind of hope, I don't think that's particularly relevant for this family, but it might be. But the answer's not there. My point is, there's a lot of reconfiguring. That it's going to be important for a group of people to have a complete and total yes to the issues of the heart, to say, Lord, whatever you are after in me, to bring me, and here's the key, into a level of wholeness that I've always yearned for. You know what I think brought you to here? I hope, and I believe It's a yearning to be whole. If it was anything less, you're probably going to leave. You know, because I mean, if you're not after wholeness and heart wholeness and intimacy and the kind of worship that they talked about through the call back into the one thing that's necessary. You see, Mary chose the one thing that's necessary, and Jesus said, it will not be taken from her. You know what I think she got? What did Mary gain? And I don't think there's a right answer and a wrong answer. I just know the answer that's been ringing in my heart for a year now. You know what I think Mary gained? Because she chose an extravagant worship that put her at Jesus' feet. Think of all of the cultural boundaries she had to transcend in one night in Martha's house to experience what she did. We lose some of the radicality of what she did because it's, you know, we're in a different culture. But what did she gain? I think she gained beloved identity. I think there was something in that exchange where she realized the depth of the love he had for her and the love that she could give back, that she was forever re-identified as a beloved one. And Jesus said, I'll never be taken from you. And so I want to prophetically speak to the family again. You know what I think you moved here for, whether you knew it or not? Beloved identity. I'll say what Damon has said when he's been standing in this spot, and what he and I continue to say in conversations we're having is, I will say this much about the future. It's going to be at least about two things. It's going to be about Abba, and it's going to be about beloved identity. I can assure you of that. And us being taken, if we can keep saying yes, to a level of oneness with beloved identity that then begins to reverberate so deeply inside of us that it cannot help but shake up things around us. You know what the culture is going to need as the culture may disintegrate? It's going to need beloved identity. It's going to need your frequency, not getting freaked out when things are going on. A year and a half ago, I hate to be the first to tell you this, but he revealed some stuff in me and said, you're not ready, big boy. You're not ready. You're freaking out too much. You got to get some stuff brought up that I thought was done a year and a half ago. I thought it was done. I really did. I thought there were some things that I was through. And all of a sudden, March 2020 came, and some stuff surfaced in me that I was like, mighty God, I didn't know that. It spun me out. But a year and a half later, I'm starting to find my footing in a new place, in what feels to be a stronger place. I felt frequency in me tonight that's new, but it feels deep, it feels strong, and I feel like it's strong enough that I can release it through me to some of you, and it's going to change if you can receive it. I don't know that I could have done that confidently a year and a half ago in some areas. Even in the area of joy. I feel that tonight. Thank you for you guys for bringing that frequency in, and then that resonating in me and now resonating in this place. I believe that. Now the key is, can you receive that? You did, and I believe some stuff happened in your womb tonight. And I believe there was a deeper level of oneness between you and the baby you're carrying, so that some issues are not going to have to be dealt with. And as you continue to surrender into that, what's in you will be in that child. And then that oneness with Abba in you will carry over here. And it's going to break some stuff. We're already seeing that. Amen? So can you receive this, that some things are being reconfigured and are wanting to be reconfigured in you? I wish I could say to you tonight that it's all going to be easy. But it's going to require endurance. It's another word that I've been having a conversation with Damon about. James 1:4. You have need of endurance. We've got to persevere in this joy thing because the world needs joy. And that frequency of joy carries the energy of healing. But underneath all of that, what feeds joy? I'm going to tell you what feeds joy. Beloved identity. The absence of condemnation, the absence of fear, the absence of shame, the absence of guilt. Those things being completely eradicated from our heart. That when we can do such an internal examination that there's nothing, no deposits of anxiety and tension and constriction and self-condemnation and discouragement and hardness of heart and on and on and on and on and on. So even as I'm speaking, and I'm just kind of up here doing the random thing tonight, just kind of following the Holy Spirit, I just want you to receive what he's wanting to download in you tonight. I think part of the import of these meetings is that there is a frequency transmission when the family comes together for worship. Even when it feels different and it looks different from how it's always looked. Let me go ahead and tease you a little bit. Whatever this is going to look like on the other side of this will not be what it has always looked like. It's not going to. I don't know what it's going to look like, but things are shifting. So shift. And it's all being reconfigured. Can you say yes to reconfiguration? Yes to reconfigure. Lord, come in and do whatever you have to do to reconfigure me according to the pattern of perfect love. I tell you this, and then I think we'll probably call it a night. I think everything that we're experiencing right now is a response to the great prayer of Jesus in John 17, 22, and 23, which is simply this. Jesus, I believe, I don't care how you can see that, but I see Jesus sitting at the right hand of the Father, and he's interceding, and he's sending a frequency out into the cosmos and into our hearts that's simply praying for one thing, that you, let's apply it individually, that you may be made perfect in one. That's the frequency that is always emitting from Yeshua, that Matt Putman will be made perfect in one, that Paige will be made perfect in one, that Lyndon would be made perfect in one. All the way across the room, that you may be made perfect in oneness. That's the prayer of Jesus. That's the purpose of my life, is to be made perfect in one with him. It is why I'm here. It's why I'm standing here. It's why I've thrown in my lot with you and with this movement. Now I know. I didn't know that 10 years ago, but I know it now. It's to be made perfect in one. Because when that happens, the energy of perfect love will be released through us into the cosmos, and it is the only energy strong enough to bring about cosmic transformation. Me operating in a gift I may have is not strong enough. Do you hear that? These guys operating in their giftedness was important tonight, but it was not as important as the frequency that came through you. Amen? I don't stand in front of you tonight with a gift. I stand in front of you tonight more with a burden and with a frequency that says, let's go after this. Let's continue to go after this. Continue to work out your salvation in fear and trembling during a season of reconfiguration. Can you embrace that? Can you hang in there on that? Can you endure around that until this thing is done? And so we're going to keep going after it in whatever way the Lord wants us to go after that as we gather together weekly. I'm excited about it. I really, really, really am. Let's do a couple of announcements, then we'll just kind of see where we need to go. I hope that doesn't give feedback when I come over here. Jordan, get ready here in a minute, okay? I do want to give you an update on Damon, and I want you guys to know that when he felt a need to step aside back in July, that it was some physical stuff that was going on in his body that was an issue, and that he would tell you has been very challenging for him over the last 3 to 4 months. That's still going on, so as you pray for him, we don't want you just to pray for spiritual growth and all of that. It's important that you continue to pray for a total and complete healing in his body. He would say that to you if he was standing here tonight, wanted me to say that to you, to say, let's continue to pray for the physical symptoms that he's experiencing, that he'll receive complete and total healing. Also pray for the spiritual part of it. There's a huge spiritual thing going on with him that's absolutely fabulous and wonderful in the midst of some of the most transformative time of his life, and I say that to you with all seriousness, and we're all going to benefit from that. So continue to pray for him as he continues to seek the Lord, as he continues to walk this process out. As I've said to you guys before, I'm real encouraged about where he is and about what we as a family are going to experience on the other side of it. But pray for him. Pray for Tammy. Pray for the boys, because those issues are not just affecting him. It affects everybody around you. And so just continue to do that. I know you are, but I wanted to give you that update so you kind of have an idea of where he is and that type of thing. Announcements, we're going to watch the weather week by week, but next Saturday night, looks right now it's going to look good, so we'll probably be right back here. 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to have that Harvest Festival that we sent out an announcement on for the entire family. That'll be from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock out here in the field. We do need volunteers to help setting up and overseeing activities during that festival, so please think about whether you can do that. An email will be sent out Monday with more information regarding RSVPing to that, as well as signing up to volunteer. So be on the lookout for that come Monday. In terms of giving, you can follow the links on live stream and do that. Jordan, why don't you come up? That microphone's right there. And he's got some instructions about giving to DTM.
So really quick, I feel like I'm nervous, but really I'm just freezing. My teeth are chattering. So a lot of you have probably seen on Damon's Facebook or through the emails that we send out that during this time where Damon has sort of stepped aside, we felt like it was a really great opportunity to kind of reevaluate the way Damon Thompson Ministries was stewarding over our finances. And so a big part of that is we have changed our online giving platform. So if you were a partner with Damon Thompson Ministries, as of September the 30th, so a couple weeks ago, if you were signed up to give on a recurring schedule through Tithely, or if in the past during a service you filled out a partner card, your partnership, your recurring donation is no longer going to be automatically drafted. So what you need to do is just go to the DamonThompsonMinistries.net, our website, and click where it says Give Now or click where it says Partner, and it's going to walk you through the steps on how to re-sign up for that. So we've had a handful of people email us and say, hey, I noticed my recurring donation wasn't drafted. That's why. So if you have any questions about that, you can email us. You can call us if you're confused about how to set that up. We will do it for you. It's not a big deal for us. So call us, email us, whatever, and we'll take care of you guys. So we love you guys. From someone who, I work for Damon Thompson Ministries, by the way. For those of you watching and who don't know me, during this whole season, I guess you could say, that we've been in, it has been, even just this week, miraculous finances for Damon Thompson Ministries, and such a huge part of this ministry for years has been the partners. And so with this new system we have, it's going to be a lot more conducive for us to communicate with our partners and to be there to pray for you guys and you to send us testimonies. So if you want to sign up, it's really an awesome new way that we're going to be able to interact with you guys. So that's it.
Thank you, Jordan. One of the directions I thought I was going to go in tonight, but didn't. I want to leave you with one Damon Thompson quote, and I had a multitude of them I was thinking about sharing with you tonight. But this was a quote from January 2020. I'm going to show you how prophetic it is. And he said something to this effect, that the whole heart is an essential prerequisite to enter into the kingdom realm. And he said that in January 2020. That was in Canap. No, actually, he said it over here. He said it on January 19th. January 19th, 2020, if I got my date right. He said, the whole heart is the essential prerequisite to enter the kingdom realm. Now, put that in the context to where we are. That I kind of see it this way. We're on the verge of just entering in to the kingdom realm. What's going to be a pre-requirement is that we achieve a level of wholeness that enables this to happen to the way we see reality. Because the heart that's not whole, this is what happens to your heart's perception. Put it this way, you can't receive joy because you can't perceive joy. You can't receive it because you can't perceive it. But if I can perceive that joy is as accessible to me tonight as it's ever going to be. In other words, they don't have to hype it up. They don't have to get you whipped up into a frenzy, but it's simply you going, by faith, I'm going to receive that. That's a perceptual issue related to the degree of wholeness that you and I walk in. So what is this time all about? It's about getting this heart as whole as He wants it to be so that we can manifest a degree of kingdom reality that we would never be able to apart from wholeness of heart. I can say to you tonight, and I'll leave you with this, the last 18 months for me have taken me into places that have challenged me to move and to receive a level of heart wholeness that, again, I thought I was there, but have been found wanting. But the humility to be able to say that has postured me to be able to receive some stuff. I'm excited about that. So I'm excited for what's happening here tonight. I believe we're going to hear some joy testimonies. I believe we're going to hear some healing testimonies. I believe some of you are going to walk away from here tonight less distracted. Is that important to you? Yeah, less messed up with worry. Worry spins a lot of us out. I believe there's an opportunity tonight for that to shift. A lot of noise on the inside. That's going to cease. So in fact, right now, some of you got some internal quiet that you haven't had in a while. Steward that. Go home and steward that. Steward it, steward it, steward it. How can I live beyond distraction? How can I live beyond? How can I stay in this place? How can I stay in the place of joy? That's accessible. So until we meet again, we'll just send you into that, release you into that tonight. Bless you guys. We love you. Have a good time talking to each other, and we'll see you back next week.